History reveals fascinating details about Quetzalcoatl, the white alien god. Olmec, Laventus Deal 19. The earliest known representation of a feathered serpent in Mesoamerica. Who was Quetzalcoatl? If he truly was an ancient Aztec, Maya god, why did ancient civilizations of the Americas describe him having white skin, a wide forehead and graying red beard and big blue eyes? Furthermore, we ask, how did the feathered serpent, aka Quetzalcoatl, reach the distant empire of the Aztecs? Where did he come from? And why is it that he is persistently associated, in native Mexican folklore, with the planet Venus? Have you ever wondered about who or what Quetzalcoatl really was? Why is there a myth of a plumed serpent and the story of a white man that reincarnates, and stories of his presence anywhere you go from North America to Argentina? Although many see him as just another Native American god, the truth behind Quetzalcoatl is extensive, complex and fascinating. Written down in ancient texts, and passed down from generation to generation, is the description of this main myth. Apparently, Quetzalcoatl had white skin, a wide forehead and graying red beard and big blue eyes. This doesn't really resemble people inhabiting modern-day Mexico. In addition to all of the above, it is said that Quetzalcoatl was unusually high. Among the different descriptions, we have learned that he was covered by a wide white robe adorned on the chest with a cross of intense red color, reminiscent of the cross that the Templars used. These and other equally unusual findings, collected over the years, have led researchers to believe in the possibility that Quetzalcoatl was perhaps a man of European origin who came forward several centuries before the arrival of the Spanish colonizers to the New World. Around 1517, Francisco Fernández de Córdoba set foot on the peninsula of Yucatan, and when the Spanish heard for the first time news about Quetzalcoatl in the Maya version of Cuculcan, the stories left them perplexed, as the natives knew and worshipped the cross and also had similar notions to baptism, confession, communion, the Great Flood, the Virgin, etc. Pedro Ruiz Ptolemy, a 16th-century alchemist and necromancer, firmly believed that Quetzalcoatl, the priest with the cross, was actually a leading member of the Order of the Templars who arrived in America freeing persecution from the Templars. What seems beyond doubt is that during the time that Quetzalcoatl remained among the Aztecs, before going into exile apparently, among the Maya, the white god changed the culture of the ancient Aztecs drastically. Quetzalcoatl suppressed human sacrifice, which was very common and extremely practiced by the ancient Aztecs, and directed the Aztecs towards spirituality and constant exercise of religious duties. History, myth, and tradition did the rest, establishing Quetzalcoatl as one of the main deities of the New World. The great Quetzalcoatl would since be remembered as the ruler and exemplary politician, civilizing hero, inventor of the calendar, discoverer of corn, master farmer, inventor of the art of casting metals, carver of precious stones, judge, lawyer, king of the Toltecs, and a god who managed to unify the New World. But have you ever wondered about how Quetzalcoatl got to the Americas, since obviously, given the above descriptions, he wasn't native to the American continent? How did the feathered serpent reach the distant empire of the Aztecs? Where did he come from? And why is it that he is persistently associated, in native Mexican folklore, with the planet Venus? If you keep an open mind, you will see that there are possibilities equally provocative which could explain the curious descriptions behind Quetzalcoatl. Interestingly, throughout the years, researchers have uncovered numerous artifacts which offer further details about this mysterious god. In the Temple of the Inscriptions in Mexico City, experts discovered a tombstone adorned with a strange engraving, depicting what appears to be a man piloting a spaceship. Is it possible that this representation corresponds to Quetzalcoatl? After all, it is said that the feathered serpent left in smoke and fire and promised to return one day. Interestingly, if we take a look at the Codex Telluriano-Romensis, we will find descriptions of what seem to be flights of a spacecraft that performs cruises and landings to the astonishment and terror of the natives and every evening, and for several nights, a great clarity appears coming from the horizon, rising towards the heavens, having the shape of a pyramid in flames. It greatly impressed the king of Texcoco so much that he decided to end all wars, and we find more information about Quetzalcoatl, who had different names, if we look at the ancient Toltecs. When Quetzal, Toltec name of Quetzalcoatl, left the Toltecs and sailed away to the east, he made a prophecy about the destiny of the sacred city of Tla, now known as Teotihuacan, through 2 millennia. The Toltecs would be conquered first by the sacrifices of men, the Aztecs, then by white-skinned, bearded men of the east carrying fatal thunder rods, the Spaniards, and their guns. Further off there is another invasion. In ships many bearded men are coming from across the sunrise ocean, and I see these men taking the broad land, and they do not respect our trees of cedar. They are but hungry, unenlightened children, and would that I could speak to these bearded farmers. They do not hear me. They go on their way like spoiled children and stand with me in the year of Quetzalcoatl. Look across the sunrise ocean. 3 ships come like great birds flying. They land. Out come men in metal garments, carrying rods which speak with thunder and kill at a distance. These men are bearded and pale of feature. They come ashore, and I see them kneeling. Above them, I see a great cross standing. If these men are true to the symbol they carry, you need have no fear of them, for no one who is true to that symbol will ever carry it into battle. Therefore hold aloft your great cross, T, and go forth to meet them. They cannot fail to know that symbol, and would not fire their odds upon it, nor upon those who stand in its shadow. Well they know that what is done to my people is done also to me. When the years have come to their full binding, the metal-tipped boots of the strangers will be heard in all the bloody temples. Then throughout the broad land has begun the 3rd cycle. As yet, I cannot see beyond it. Once I had great hope for these people, for I saw them kneel and kiss the sweet earth, and I saw the shadow of the great cross which they carried with them. Now I must warn you against them. Carry your great books into the jungles. Place your histories deeply in caverns where none of these men can find them. Nor do you bring them back to the sunlight until the war cycle is over. For these bearded strangers are the children of war. They speak my precepts, but their ears do not listen. They have but one love, and that is for weapons. Ever more horrible are these weapons until they reach for the one which is ultimate. Should they use that, there will be no forgiveness in that vow where there is no turning. Using such a weapon to make men over, is a reaching into the heavens for the Godhead. These things are not for man's decision, nor should man presume to think for all things, and thus mock the Almighty. Woe to those who do not listen. There are lamps beyond that which you are burning, roads beyond this which you are treading, worlds beyond the one you are seeing. Be humble before the might of the great hand which guides the stars within their places. There are many lodges within my Father's kingdom, for it is vaster than time, and more eternal. Keep hidden your books, my children, all during the cycle of warring strangers. The day will come when they will be precious. For 5 full cycles of the Dawn Star, the rule of the warring strangers will go on to greater and greater destruction. Hearken well to all I have taught you. Do not return to the sacrifices. Their path leads to the last destruction. Know that the end will come in 5 full cycles. For 5, the difference between the Earth's number and that of the gleaming Dawn Star is the number of these children of war. As a sign to you that the end is nearing, my Father's temple will be uncovered. Remember this in the days which are coming. Quetzalcoatl also foretold the following. In time, white men will come out of the eastern sea in great canoes with white wings like a big bird. The white men will be like a bird with 2 different kinds of feet. One foot will be that of a dove, Christianity, the other of an eagle, predator. A few hundred years after the arrival of the first white men, other white men would arrive with both feet as a dove.